Hello, how's everybody doing? And welcome back to the channel. Today, I made a video a couple days ago about who would win 2016 versus 2026 UFC champions, and I started to think, what was the prime or the peak of every UFC division? So this video did take quite some research, so do bear with me. And yes, I am wearing a robe. It's quite late at night. Like I said, it took a lot of time researching this video. So let's get right into it. The peak of the flyweight division was in the year of mid-2018. This one I was kind of conflicted between doing 2020, maybe 2022, when Brandon Moreno was at the reign, Figueiredo was at the reign, and Pantoja was kind of on the up and up. I wanted to go 2018 though. Honestly, now that I'm looking at it, I kind of regret doing this, but fuck it, we're already here. So we're gonna go mid-2018. Flyweight champion is Demetrious Johnson, one of the greatest of all time. We have Henry Cejudo is here. This was right before Henry Cejudo and Demetrious Johnson did their rematch. Sergio Pettis was number 2. Benavidez was very good. Ray Borg, not an amazing name, but still a solid name. Jose Formiga is there. John Moraga is there. Wilson Hayes, dude. This is just the entirety of Demetrious Johnson's resume. Just fucking 3 through whatever. Pantoja was on the up and up. Brandon Moreno was on the up and up. Dustin Ortiz, another guy he beat. Ben Nguyen is there. Mateus Nicolau has just been here forever. Tim Elliott, I mean, this guy has been in the rankings for fucking forever. Figueiredo was on the up and up as well. He becomes champion in a couple years. Spoiler alert. Next is bantamweight. I was torn between late 2024 and late 2020. Late 2020, you got Cejudo, Marlon Moraes, Aljamain Sterling, Piotr Sandhagen, Rafael Assunção was still up there. Jose Aldo was on the up and up. This is when he moved to bantamweight. Cody Garbrandt was still there, trying to maintain his top 5 spot after losing the belt. But I think I want to go late 2024, though, just because I think the top talent is much better than 2020. I mean, Sean O'Malley, Umar, Piotr Sandhagen. This is Figueiredo. This is pre-losses Figueiredo. This is when he was new at bantamweight. He was winning these fights. He wasn't getting injured. He didn't get his ACL torn against Corey Sandhagen. You still had Cejudo here, who put up a competitive fight against Barab like a few months before this. Song Yadong is still here, really solid guy. He put up a very competitive fight against Piotr UFC 299. That was in March of 2024. So this division is still good. You even had Jose Aldo, who won a couple fights. Mario Bautista is here. That win is aging, or not that win. That ranking is aging very well. He's now, I think, at number 7 now. Kyler Phillips, when he was still viewed as kind of good. Iman Zahabi, guy's now top 6 now. I don't know what the fuck's going on with 2026, but Marcus McGee was here before he lost to Piotr Montel Jackson was here before he lost to Davis Figueiredo. Yeah, again, this was pretty close between 2020 and 2024. I want to lean at 2024, though. Let's go featherweight now. Late 2015. There really is not that much arguments that can be made for, oh no, it's 2021 when Volkanovski was champion, and oh no, it was right now. Like, no, just stop. You got Conor, you got Jose Aldo, Frankie Edgar, Chad Mendes, Max Holloway, Ricardo Lamas. By the way, that people are just going to scoff over the name. That's a really good name. Cub Swanson's there. Charles Oliveira. He shouldn't even be in featherweight because he was missing weight, so he doesn't really count because this guy couldn't make 145 to save his life. But Charles Oliveira was still there. Dennis Bermudez, underrated name. Jeremy Stevens, hardest hitting 145-pounder. Actually a solid name, by the way. You had Darren the Damage Elkins, who is still fighting to this day. My guy Clay Guida's there. Fucking love Clay Guida. This was just such a stacked division. This was before my time. I will admit it. I'm not going to act like I was watching the UFC in 2015 when I was 11 years old. I was not. Got news for you. Yeah, so you can call me a fake hardcore. You can call me a fake fan. Oh, you weren't even watching. How can you say it was 2015? Just looking at the talent pool, watching fights from each of these names, it's 2015. Not really many arguments can be made about this. Let's go to lightweight. Oh, a familiar name. Conor McGregor, champion once again. This really shouldn't have that much pushback. You have Conor, Khabib, Tony Ferguson, Eddie Alvarez, Prime RDA, near Prime Edson Barboza, Nate Diaz for whatever that's worth, Michael Johnson. Dude, you can scoff over that. That's a good win. Now, dude, I don't know. I'm talking about wins. Sorry, I just filmed another video, which is coming out soon when I'm talking about my resume, so bear with me. good name in a Michael Johnson. Michael Chiesa is there. I mean, whatever that really means. He was always just kind of middle of the pack. Beneil Dariush is there. Dustin Poirier is making his way up the rankings, soon to be the #1 contender. Donald Cerrone is there. Ali Quinta, the toughest challenger, the toughest title challenger of all time, is there. Come on. How can it not be 2017? I guess you could make an argument for maybe 2021 when Charles Oliveira was champion, or early in Islam Makhachev's title reign. So late 2022, I guess there could be arguments that can be made there. But just look at the top five. There is no division that has a top five as stacked as this. Every single name is just elite. So I'm going to go late 2017 here for lightweight. Let's go to welterweight now. It's right now. Or late 2025. I don't know why I picked. I think I picked late 2025 over current because this was before Bilal Muhammad lost. I think. I think so. I think that was before Bilal Muhammad lost, or maybe it was before. No, because Sean Brady lost the same day that Islam became champion. So late 2025, current. There's really not that many differences, to be honest. But this is just absolutely stacked. This is a fucking murderer's row of people. Islam Makhachev, Jack Della Maddalena, very underrated name. People are just hating on JDM, saying he's the worst champion, saying he was never really good. He was losing to Gilbert Burns. He was losing to Basil Hafez. He lost to Kevin Holland. Fuck off. Just stop with that shit. I can't believe people are still thinking that he lost to Kevin Holland. But Ian Gary's here. Elite name. Michael Morales. Elite name. Bilal Muhammad. Elite name. Carlos Prates. Sean Brady. Elite name. Kamaru Usman. The guy who's probably going to fight for the belt above all of these seven names. Leon Edwards is still elite. Joaquin Buckley is very good. Again, he hasn't fought in a long time. He hasn't fought since June of 2024. I mean, Gabriel Bonfim, it's a good name. He's very much hated by the UFC community. Gilbert Burns, yeah, he's one of the weaker ranked fighters right now. Jeff Neal, also one of the weaker ranked fighters. He's on a little bit of a losing skid right now. And I'm a big Jeff Neal fan. Let me get this out the way. I'm a big Jeff Neal fan. He is one of the weaker ranked fighters. Same can be said about Colby Covington, and the same can be said about Daniel Rodriguez. But the top 10 of this division is absolutely stacked as fuck. Ridiculously stacked. Let's go into middleweight now. Right now, current 2026. Again, murderer's row of guys from 1 to 15. Champion in Khamzat Chimaev. Quite possibly the most dominant champion we've ever seen. I know he's only been champion for one fight. But if you just look at all of his fights before that, you look at his title fight, and then you look at the ranked contenders below him, who is going to beat Khamzat Chimaev? Dricus du Plessis is probably the best name that's not Khamzat. And Dricus absolutely worked this guy. For 25 straight minutes, he destroyed him, and I know it was a boring fight. There wasn't much damage that was done. All of that is understood. But you look at names like Dricus du Plessis, Imavov, Sean Strickland, still a good fighter, by the way, still a good fighter. Anthony Hernandez, excellent name. Brendan Allen. I am so sick and tired of the Brendan Allen disrespect. I may make a video on the most overhated fighters, and Brendan Allen will be fucking #1 on that list. Israel Adesanya, on the downward spiral of his career, not the same as he used to be. Still a good fighter, though. Kyle Barallo, good fighter, coming off a loss, still a good fighter. Reinier de Ritter, still a good fighter, coming off a loss. Robert Whittaker, coming off a couple losses. Some might say that he beat Reinier de Ritter. I disagree. It was a very close fight, though. I had it 48-47. Jared Cannonier, he did lose to Michael Venom Page, but he lost in the most dumb and lame way because MVP is one of those guys who has this weird aura of a name who's just going to destroy you, and he's this flashy guy, and he's going to beat you in ways that you'll never see, and he's going to boom right past you. Bro, he fucking lands 6 punches around and does nothing. He got taken down and controlled like he does in every single fight. But yeah, Roman Dolidze is he's a solid name. He's not an elite name. He's not a great name. I'll say he's a good name, though. I'll say he's a good name. Paulo Costa, I mean, he's now taking a fight at 205. He's now fighting Asman Murzakanov later this year. But he is coming off a win against Roman Kopylov. Gregory Rodriguez is a very, very good name. I have been singing his praises since UFC 2. What was it? He got knocked out cold on UFC 283, and that's when I was a big fan of him. I don't remember when it was around that time. Joe Pyfer is a guy who is also in the rankings who can beat Israel Adesanya and could become number 6 in the rankings if he gets that win later this year in Seattle. And then you have number 15, Bruno Pereira. I became a big fan of this guy in UFC 283. That was January of 2023. That's when he knocked out Gregory Rodriguez. It's late, bear with me. Yeah, this division is extremely stacked. I can see Bruno Pereira being top 8 easily after the end of this year. I can see Rodriguez being top 8 after this year. Joe Pyfer could be top 6 after one more fight. So, very, very stacked division, and this is the best it has ever been by far. Next, light heavyweight is 2015. The champion was not John Jones because of, I don't even remember which scandal it was that he lost the belt. I think it was PEDs here. Because it wasn't the hit and run. Was it the hit and run? It wasn't PEDs. No, so this must have been the hit and run. Yeah, this was the hit and run that made him lose the belt. So champion is Daniel Cormier. John Jones is there. Rumble Johnson, rest in peace. May God rest his soul, is there. Alexander Gustafsson, still a good name. I think he's one of the most overrated fighters in UFC history. Doesn't mean he's a bad fighter. I will also make a video on overrated fighters. I think Gustafsson is very overrated, but still a very good name. Ryan Bader. I mean, you know, for whatever that's worth, he was a good name. I'm not just going to judge him off the last few years of his career. That would be cheap to do. He was a good name, pretty dominant in his era. Glover Teixeira, future champion. OSP. That's so funny seeing OSP in the fucking top 6 of a division. Rashad Evans, Sugar Rashad Evans is there. Great name. Shogun is there still at the tail end of his career, getting pretty old. Jimmy Manuel, the guy who was only known for getting fucking flatlined by Alexander Rakic. Rampage is in the top 10. He fought for the belt. Big Nog is there. Patrick Cummins is there. The guy that DC embarrassed. Corey Anderson is there. He's got quite a few good names is there. Sorry, I just don't even know what I just said. He has quite a few good names on his resume. I would say there's not many other years that you could say are better than late 2015. Like maybe you can go 2018 or 2019 when John Jones was champion, but I don't know. I think the top heaviness of this division in late 2015, I think this makes it be the best that this division has ever been. So I'm going late 2015. Heavyweight, I'm going 2026. Yeah, fuck no. I'm going late 2016. Stipe Miocic is heavyweight champion, not DC yet. Fabricio, like, look how fucking deep this division is. Fabricio Verdum, Cain Velasquez, Alistair Overeem, JDS, Ben Rothwell. That's funny to see. Ben Rothwell, solid name out of Philly? I think he's out of Philly. I know he's out of Pennsylvania, but I think he's out of Philly. Josh Barnett is there. Mark Hunt is there. Orlovsky's there. Derek Lewis is here a couple years before he beat Francis Ngannou. Speaking of Francis Ngannou, he's also number 11. He is, of course, a future champion. Volkov, future gatekeeper. Like I said, this was before DC, but I think 2016 is the peak heavyweight because just look how stacked this division is. And look how deep it is, too. Let's just fucking compare it to 2026, which is an abomination. A disgusting division. A putrid division. No skill whatsoever. There's 3 names there that are even worthwhile to talk about. Other than that, it's an absolute embarrassment of a division. But yeah, just quick little video that I wanted to pump out now. Thank you very much for watching. Do leave a like, share, subscribe. Go to 3punchconvo.com and use my code VinceMMA for a free first month. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at VinceMMA, and thank you very much for watching.